Welcome back to the Whatnauts Reactor Core. If you are keeping score out there, this is number 102. And Ignacio Rojas, you are joining me for our reactions to The Last of Us number 4. My name is Kyle Springer. I already said your name, Ignacio, but yeah, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good, Kyle. Doing good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's
good.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm doing good.
So, sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? I did absolutely nothing this week, and it was great. That's
no, it's not that it was an eventful. I mean, of course, you can notice that I'm somewhere else.
Change of location, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be here for February. You've already seen it before. I'm always around this time of year over here, back in my hometown.
For sure.
But yeah, I guess that's the only eventful thing that has happened.
Well, good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's dive into The Last of Us episode 4. I don't know about you, but I feel like this reaction is going to be maybe a little bit shorter than the other ones. That's kind of just how I'm feeling about this one.
To be fair, the episode was shorter than the other ones, right?
True, yeah. I think especially because last week, episode 3 was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was a very extended one, which I didn't mind at all, and it was fantastic. But yeah, this episode felt short. We reached credits, and I was like, "That's it." Like that was all. I liked what we got, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more. How did you feel about number 4 here?
No, same for me. It felt like it was an episode that wasn't that eventful, and I don't know why. Again, it is half the length of the previous episode, and I feel like they could have easily told the rest of the story with the other 45 minutes that they could have had for the episode.
Yeah.
Because we know what's gonna happen. It is about Henry and Sam and how they interact. Although they've added some new elements, but I guess they could have done it with 45 minutes. So I wonder why they would play into 2.
I think what they're doing, especially at the end of this episode when they did the next week on The Last of Us, it looked like it like what we saw in that made what we just watched feel like, okay, this is the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Next week, all hell is about to break loose. So in that sense, I actually did kind of like this, that we got 3 really great, really intense episodes, and then we just got a moment to kind of just okay, let's take some time to catch our breath. Let's check back up on Joel and Ellie, and then next week it's about to get intense again. So I did kind of appreciate that, but yeah, we got introduced to 2 brand new characters who are not in the video game, and then we heard mention of Henry and Sam, and then we got to see their faces at the end, but that was kind of it. So I feel like we're going to get to know them a lot better next time, and that might be why this one was so short. I feel like next week might be just as long as episode 3, right? And they just have the bigger story to tell with this, and so they kind of had to maybe awkwardly break it up into 2 things there.
I guess they want to give a whole biggest episodes to what they are doing now with the story of Sam and Henry. It seems like it is going to be something different, and I wonder if they are going to have it all wrapped up by the end of the episode, because we know their fate from the games, but after episode 3, who knows if it is going to be that different. Although I think I heard them say, someone, Craig Mason or Neil Druckmann, say that was episode 3 was going to be the biggest departure from the game.
Yes.
Maybe I'm yeah, so if that's the case, probably the fate of Henry and Sam is going to be the same as in the game. And if that's the case, I wonder if they're going to have all that be wrapped up by the end of the episode.
I feel
But
like
who
they
knows?
would.
Do you know from the top of your head what's the total episode count of the
I
season?
believe 9. If I'm not mistaken.
It cannot be 9. There's no fucking way it's 9. It's no 9.
I'm pretty sure it's 9. Let me see here. Wikipedia, don't fail me now.
If it is 9, then either the first game is going to be more than a season, or they are going to skip a lot of things, or I don't know, but it's so
9.
9
episodes for season 1. Yeah.
It has been 4 episodes, and we're still in the first season. Season as in summer, and the game has 4 seasons.
Yeah, I like that. That's what's interesting to me. But the first Last of Us game, how long to beat the Last of Us?
Summer was a very out of all the seasons, I think summer was the longest one, maybe, but it wasn't half of the game.
So here's this. The first video game, The Last of Us, the main story, according to howlongtobeat.com, was about 15 hours.
Yeah.
Which if you take away the like play time where you're actually like playing some of that stuff and you focus on the cutscenes or the stories that they're trying to tell, I feel like you can condense that down into like,
but not in the way that the show has been doing it now.
You're right. I am also slightly concerned, right?
That's weird.
Like, will there be a time jump to like, okay, 2 weeks later, here they are at that college, right? That they get to.
Yeah. But that changes a lot
something else
of what the game's plot is.
Yeah. But I don't know.
It's weird.
That being said, I know from just articles and interviews that have been out there, I know there is a slight change in Henry and Sam of their familial relationship. I don't remember if they were brothers. Were they brothers in the game, right?
Yeah.
So then I think in this one they've changed it to father and son. I think. Which I don't see how that really affects the story overall, but just the small change. I think the interesting thing is this brand new stuff, these new characters. Let's see, I am pulling up their names. Kathleen and Perry are their names, played by Melanie Linsky and Jeffrey Pierce, respectively. What's interesting about that is Jeffrey Pierce played Tommy in the video game. He was the voice actor for Tommy, which in the show, of course, is being played by Gabrielle Luna. So just fun fact that he gets to play a new character there. But what did you think of these new characters here? It's this kind of community of people. They seem to have taken down a quarantine zone, and they're now in charge. Did you get the feeling that these people were just going to be kind of here for this episode and the next one, or do you feel like they're going to be in the story a little bit longer?
No, I think that they are going to be just for the time that we spend in this one city. I don't think that they will keep them for longer. And it is an interesting change. Again, going back to the game, it is very different from what happens in the game, where in the game you only have the people take over the quarantine zone that also happened in the game, but there it felt more like more anarchical in a certain way.
It felt anonymous to me of just like there's no.
It was
real
just a group of people that a group of people take over. Now they are ruling with an iron fist with the guns in people's head. I don't know, but here it felt more like still they take over, but there is more of a community behind them. There are more faces behind them.
Yeah,
when in the game there isn't a face. It is just people with guns there that are chasing you with a tank.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have to say I like Melanie Lensky,
Yeah.
especially after seeing her in Yellow Jackets season 1. I kind of have a feeling maybe that is what got her the role in this one year. But just to see her in this like much more intense, not only show but intense role, is kind of neat to see. But I I felt like they have staying power. They have like they felt like characters to me that could either kind of chase Joel and Ellie a little bit farther outside of their current location, or maybe this group is maybe the start of a group that we see later on down the road. Maybe one of the factions that we see like in the Last of Us 2 or something like that. But who knows? I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna do with that, but I think they're, at least Melanie is a big enough actor that they could do something with her with that. And I think having Jeffrey Pierce in there, who's an alumni on the project, so to speak, I'm sure he'd be like, yeah, let's do whatever the hell you want, right? Like let's go chase him halfway across the country. I'll be an actor in whatever you need me to be in.
Yeah, but you also had that with Bill and Frank and their actors, and we all know how that ended.
True.
There's no them coming back. So I don't think that they would be inclined to keep them alive or as a perpetual force in the show just because of their big names. I think that they are capable of having them be enemies of that one area, and then they deal with them and move on. I do wonder what is up with the sort of mystery that they were teasing at on the episode when they
sinkhole.
Very weird sinkhole. I gotta say, I don't know if that's hinting as to something not bigger in the literal sense, because we know from previous that it is gonna be tied to the bloater.
Yeah,
but bigger in a different way, as to, because the whole setup is very interesting. It is a closed up space, something very big created that big hole that no one person or even zombie can produce. So I wonder if they were hinting to something bigger than even just the bloater. I don't know if maybe someone was experimenting on the bloater or what.
Here's what I think is happening. We learned earlier on that there is this like underground network, right, of all of this fungus, the cordyceps. I'm wondering if it has something to do with that either it is the roots underneath and they are moving and growing and changing, and that has shifted things around, or are there tunnels underneath this city? Are they in the sewer systems? Is there some kind of like subway-like system over there? I don't remember exactly where they said they were. But I could see some kind of thing of like maybe there was a route somewhere in that compound and someone stepped on the wrong thing. And so now like they didn't realize it, but now they're all screwed, right? And there just happens to be this weak point right there, and that's going to be the thing. But I don't know. But yeah, it looks like the town is about to be overrun. So we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see.
Thoughts on Joel and Ellie and their bonding moments here? Did any of the jokes get you?
No, and it is jokes that you heard in the game also.
Yeah,
it's just meant to be some dumb jokes, clever wording, but still dumb jokes. But I liked.
They're great jokes, Ignacio. They're great jokes.
I like that they brought that element back from the game. Telling jokes, having her joke book. I really like that. And again, Bella Ramsey as Ellie was great. Great delivery, great portrayal of her character.
Yeah, I'm glad that they did the porn magazine scene.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
classic,
Also
right?
very close to the game.
Why are these pages all stuck together? Just kidding. I know. Okay, geez. I thought that was fantastic. I think, man, what an interesting moment. Because, like, this is, I think, what is so good about this story is that with moments like this, you start to care about Joel, right? You start to be like, he's not so bad. Like, look, he's laughing, he's smiling. Like they're bonding, right? Like, this is so cool. This is neat. But at the same time, man, that scene where the one kid was yelling for his mom and Joel fuck. Yeah. That was brutal.
Very brutal.
Like to have like that big of an emotional swing just in this 40-50 minutes still is just like, damn, how did they do that? That's wild. But yeah, like I do like seeing them like bonding and starting to form that relationship. I do like seeing Joel smile. I like seeing him laugh at these stupid dad jokes, right? But then, at the same time, it's just like he avoided the question about killing innocent people to do stuff like that. So, man, I'm really starting to feel that struggle of just like, I don't know how I feel about him. So,
there
you go. That's kind of all I have to say on this one. It's also interesting for me to hear them mentioning not only Wyoming but Cody, Wyoming, because I have family out there. I've been there many times. So yeah, just an interesting thing for me to hear that, because it's such a small town. There's nothing out there. So yeah, good stuff. But that's all I have to say on episode 4 of The Last of Us. Do you have anything else that you wanted to toss in there?
No, I think we covered most of the important things from the episode.
Okay. Cool. Well, that is our reaction for episode 4 of The Last of Us. The last thing we should probably note is that this next week with The Last of Us, they are not premiering it on Sunday. Because it is Super Bowl Sunday, so they are premiering it early on for Friday night, same time that it usually is, but just on a Friday. So be aware of that so you don't miss out. And yeah, we will see you all next week. I don't know our recording schedule exactly, Ignacio. You and I will have to plan that to see when we can work that out. But yeah, we will be back next week with our reactions to episode 5. Ignacio, where can the people find you on the internet?
They can find me on Twitter at Ignacio RojasB. That's IGNACIOROJASB.
There you go. You guys can find me at Yo Kyle Springer. And if you guys would like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at the Whatnauts. So yeah, please go like, share, and subscribe. That would help us out a ton. Go watch one of the other videos over there on that side. If you're watching the YouTube version, that would help us out a ton. This has been number 102 of the Whatnauts Reactor Core. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.